Good morning everyone, I'm Sammy. I hope you're all doing well and I am already in Hong Kong doing my work placement. Today is my industry placement presentation. Are you ready guys? Let's start. First, I will introduce my industry placement. Then I will talk about my first job background and job duty. Secondly, we will talk about my first job experience and difficulty. Then we'll talk about the second job background and job duty and the experience and the difficulty. At the end, I will have a conclusion of my industry placement. So first, how can I organize my industry placement? When I know I have the industry placement, I already designed two parts of it. First, I will stay 3 months in Australia to have my first part industry placement. Then I decide to go back Hong Kong in my country to do the other part industry placement. And how can I set my target? Before I start my industry placement, I already make a list to write down what I need to do and how can I need to upgrade myself. And this is really useful in my life to make the target when I always have a list to do it. And how can I achieve it? Is I always preview when I work. After a week, I will preview myself. Is it achieved the goal or is it still on the track? If not, I need to fix it out. How can I keep on the track? So it's really useful for me to keep on the track to doing the industry placement. And for my first job, it's the first period I work in Australia. I work in a McDonald's and my position is a drive-through order taker and a customer service officer. And I work in a Hollywood in north of Sydney. And I work the period is from June of 2011 till August of 2012. In this period, I learned about a lot of customer service skill because McDonald's is a quite busy company. Every day have a lot of guests coming to the McDonald's for buying food and getting service. And when I first just work in there, I a little bit feel nervous because I'm a Chinese and most of the workmates is from local, but it's really useful to let me to build up the skill, and especially is the customer service skill in there. And the second one is the product knowledge. And McDonald's have a lot of different kinds of product. When I just start to work there, they have a really good training, let me understand all the products and what the products need. This is really good for new staff to build up their skill and knowledge to have a training in there. And the third one is handle cash and credit card transaction from the customer. Because in McDonald's, we can do by cash and also we can do by credit card or the debit card. So when I first using the machine, it's quite hard for me because I have no concept and not really understand how they work. But they also provide really good training. Then when I start to work there, I can have a really good practicing. And the last thing is the provide one-stop service. When I work in drive-thru, they always the first standard is the one-stop service. When a car drive in, I just have one time to ask them what they need, and when they just drive through in the window, I need to provide the money and the food for them. This is really important for a one-stop service because it's really can't let the car go back and ride again to get back the service. So this really build up my one-stop service when work in a hospitality. And also when I work in McDonald's, it also has some difficulty. I think the first one is the culture because Australian is an international country. They have different kinds of people work in McDonald's, especially if it's Chinese, Indian, Thai, Korean, or some other Asian people with the Australian. I think when I first need to work in there, I'm not really understand different kinds of people, the culture. So maybe I have did some wrong or did some mistake with the different kinds of people. But when I get time to work out with them, I understand what they the background, the culture, and their need. So I build a really good relationship with different college. Secondly, I think the difficulty is the language. Because my first language is not English, it's Chinese. Sometimes if I talk with the local staff, the Australian staff, I have some misunderstanding. But they still really kind because they will using a simple word or a new word to let me know easily. So when I talk with them, I build up the confidence. And the last one is the time management. Because McDonald's is a really busy company, a lot of guests is coming up every day. So the time management is really important for a company. I always need to protect a really good service in a time manner. This is really good challenging for me, and after I work in there, I think I have improved a lot. And for my second job, I already go back to Hong Kong and I work in a V Hong Kong Wan Chai hotel. And my position is doing the guest service officer. And my location actually is in Hong Kong, a really busy area. It's called Wan Chai. This is a business area as well. And my work period is from September 2012 until now. And when I work in there, I learned a lot of hotel, the standard and the knowledge. The first thing I think is using the opera system. This really hard for me to using really professionally because I just learned it from reading through the standard how to check in, check out. But in the industry placement, I need to do it. It's a real role. I need to do it by customer. It's face to face, and I need to provide a really good and in a time management. And the second thing is I build how to use the credit card payment method input into the system, because most of the payment is doing by checkout, and I need to how to transfer the checkout the procedure, how to do the payment with credit card, or sometimes I need to do it by agent or by the guest. I need to fix it out, and this is a really good timing to let me know about the cash flow, how to run it out. And also at the end, I need to do the cash report, and I understand what is the standard in the hotel and how the hotel run their business. And the last one in my experience is how to work with other department and the workmates. Because in a hotel, even just have front office, they still have concierge, room service, housekeeping, other department. It is my first time to work with different kinds of department of the college, and it's a quite good experience because you're not working alone. You work in a teamwork in a big company. When you're serving a guest, you not just only provide your service. You have a lot of people at your college is supporting you. When you check in a guest, you need to have communicate with the housekeeping. Is the room ready? And when the room is ready, the guest check in. You need to talk with the concierge. They ask them to send the luggage to the room. And sometimes the guest maybe need some room service. You need to talk with the room service team. So it's really build up my communicate skill with other different kinds of department. And when I work in this industry placement, I get a lot of information and build up all my skill in there. But also when I work in this hotel, I find some difficulty for me. First is the timing and the professional manner, because sometimes I feel really nervous when I just start to work in a hotel. I don't know how I can provide a good policy and how is the good standard in work in hotel. But this hotel is really good because when I start working, I have an oriental day. Also, I have a training. I got a week of training of it. I learn the standard of the procedure and how to I use the time to check in, check out a guest, and how do I communicate with other different kind of college. The second one is the shift rotation. This is my first time to work in a shift rotation, especially is the overnight shift, because when I doing other job before, I don't need to work in the shift rotation. Um, when I work in the first time to work in overnight is quite hard for me because mostly I sleep already. But in a hotel, you need to have a prepare yourself. You need to work in overnight. So when I work in this industry, I already tell myself I need to have this chance. And maybe the first 2 weeks I still not really fixed about it. But when the time is going, keep going, time fly, then I think I can fix it out for myself, and it is quite funny to work in an overnight time because you get different experience with the guests, for myself and with the guests, because sometimes maybe they have a late flight, so they check in the midnight time. So this is really funny for me in my life as well. And for the last one is the opera system. Although I learned from William Brew, the IT, the opera system, but when you really start in the industry, you work in opera system is quite hard for me because there are lots of different key, arrival, in-house guests, housekeeping, house management, floor plan. Different key have different function and different meaning. I think I still need some time to fix it out, but I think this is really useful system because I think most of the hotel is using this system, and I think maybe use more time, maybe half year or 3 months, I can really understand and control it easier for my future. And at the end, I will talk about the conclusion and what did I get in the industry placement. I think I can't use just a few minutes to talk about what I get because I get a lot from this half a year. Although I stay in Australia or in Hong Kong, different kinds of job, every different kinds of people, they build up my confidence, my positive thinking. Um, it's a really useful thing to work in an industry placement because mostly you can't have the chance to have a placement to do something, to build up your skill, and they give you a chance to do it. And also it's really useful for my career because after I learn it and I build up some skill, for my future I think it's really good practicing for my future career. And at the end, I will talk about my future target and goal. I think I will still work in this hotel for a while because it's a brand new hotel in Hong Kong, and they have a lot of kind of thing I still keep learning and to fix it out or get some more experience on it. But after 5 years, I also have a long goal. Is I hope I can be a management, maybe a supervisor or a manager, because I think I will get enough experience to be a supervisor after 5 years, and I have this confidence, and I hope this is my future target. I can achieve it. Yeah. So at the end, I quite enjoy to work in this industry placement, and I hope this industry placement is help me to build up my skill and knowledge and improve in my future career. Yeah. So I hope you guys all doing well at the end, and this is all my presentation. Thank you for your listening, and I hope I can see you soon in Australia. Have a nice day. Bye bye.